Alrighty, y'all. Hello. We're going to be taking a look at a deep dive into some homes today. America versus kind of the world. Probably a focus on Europe for the most part. And the differences, I think, are going to be pretty stark. Not to mention, there has been a decline in U.S. kind of home build quality, which is pretty ironic because homes are more expensive than ever. Quite a weird scenario, if you ask me. Let's take a look.
This is a German wall.
Damn.
Made out of bricks and plaster.
Sounds pretty solid.
And look at how thick it is.
Holy
10
crap.
inches thick.
That's a wall?
It is.
Inside the house? That's not a building, that's a
and
house?
Look at how thick it is.
Oh my God.
10 inches thick.
This is an American wall. It's made out of paper and air.
Oh, there it is. Guys, yeah, this is not a joke. First of all, I love when he knocks on it, you could just hear how hollow it is. You could just hear it. And look what's underneath. Oh my God, it's almost hard to believe. This could be an interesting one because I already know the kind of mind-blowing in a bad way process of American homes, especially newer ones. But when you really see it, it still is kind of like, what? Is that really how we're making things? I don't get it.
All right. I want to show you what these are made out of. Behind all those bricks, right there.
Yeah, remember, some houses might look like they're stone or brick, but that's just that thin. It's just a facade. They're still the cheap materials, cheap lumber skin underneath, right? Cheap boards. Like, it's weird. They can make them look fancy, but it doesn't mean it's actually made out of brick and stone and concrete and things you would expect. Yeah, it's pretty weird to me that there could be houses for $1 million and still made out of this stuff. Now, I'm sure there's really well-made houses in the U.S. It's just very rare, and of course, I couldn't even imagine what it would cost you. It's not the norm.
There's this.
Yeah.
Y'all want your homes built out of hardboard?
Look at that.
200 G's. 200 G's.
Look at that.
There you go.
Goodness.
Look at how fast they
and
fall.
Another one.
Oh.
Yeah, what's funny, but also not funny, is how many people comment, just one good strong wind and the house is falling over. Yep.
Now, my favorite part is, like, apparently American home builders didn't get the whole, like, the classic nursery rhyme, right? The Three Little Piggies. We chose to make our homes out of straw, apparently, which basically. I love the comments on this one, by the way. German man, what do you mean Americans are punching holes in the wall? Yeah, as we saw, your hand is going to be busted if you try punching a hole through that huge wall in that German home. And I'm pretty sure that goes for most European country homes as a whole. So glad I live in an older home, none of the cheap materials. House I grew up in was in a newly built neighborhood. My dad fell slightly and reached out to the wall to steady himself. His hand went right through it. He hid the hole with a picture, but my mom found out when they moved. See, that's crazy. You can't even, like, trip up a little bit and, like, steady yourself on the wall. Like, that's bad. Like, can that even be called a wall? Like, yeah, you shouldn't be trying to punch holes in the wall, but even in an accident where you just try and brace yourself, damn, it can't hold up, like, your weight for 1 second. This right here, 100 times this. You know, it's funny when the argument, because I hear this all the time from Americans. You know, it's funny that the argument of it makes American houses cheaper and easier to produce is used to justify flimsy materials for building a house. Cuts, then you look at today's housing market. Thank you. They act like, I hear people try and justify the housing here like, oh, well, they're cheap. They can throw them up quick. They can repair them, blah, blah, blah. They're not cheap. Like, new house builds that are barely even passing the inspections. It doesn't even matter where you're at. Like, yes, the prices vary throughout the U.S., but even cheaper states, houses are still like $300,000 or $400,000 nowadays. If you're outside of Chicago, Illinois is like one of the cheaper states to acquire a house. Now, it's horrible on taxes and stuff like that, but like, it's still a decent house is $250,000 to $400,000 in, not a happening area, not like a hip, cool area. If you didn't know, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. If it was truly cheap, if it was made out of crap like cardboard houses, shouldn't it be like $50,000 or $100,000? Why are they $300,000 or $400,000 when they're not even built well and you're not even in a happening area, right? It's crazy to me. The buildings are constructed using different techniques to better fit their specific environments. The sturdy German walls are excellent at trapping heat inside and reducing ambient noise levels, while American walls are great for air circulation, eavesdropping, and affordable construction in natural disaster areas to ruin the lives of homeowners repeatedly. Affordable construction? No. I'm going to say no to that. But yeah, everything else. Got to build them quick with cheap labor for the contractor to make more money. Bingo. That's right. The millions per year isn't enough. They got to get more, man.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good.
No, I don't think that's good either. That looks like something I don't want to mess with. I don't know about you. I don't see a problem. You got good current. You can run a 30 amp circuit with 24 gauge wire with cooling like that. That's right. Yeah. Water cooled is the new way. POV, don't worry. It's a well-known builder. Everything should be at the highest level. Literally the ground isn't level. Great. Well-known builder indeed. Well-known for all the wrong reasons. Install a drain in the center and it has purpose. Yeah, that's it. It's just missing a drain. You're right. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? Seems like all the new builds are shit. We toured a new slab home before flooring was installed. The complete perimeter was collapsing. Never did go back to see how they covered that up. 400 plus homes too, and not cheap. That's insane. That's what I'm saying. $400,000, $420,000, like whatever it is. And you can't even get simple basics covered the right way. Like, it's astounding. It really is. I don't think it was always this bad, right? Like, I know people from other countries might have some opinions on certain American homes, and that's fine. I mean, we do have a lot of variety here. But, like, this is, like many things, it's only like a last 20 years thing, really prevalent, I'd say, in the last, like, 10 years. It's almost scamish, right? Like it's a scam, like how expensive homes have gotten, and they're going severely downhill in construction. Say what you will about American homes, but I truly think homes, good homes from 50 years ago, 60 years ago were pretty competitive on the world stage. Now they're not. They're terrible. Houses in Texas, $950. That's a pretty cool looking house. House in Ohio, $540. Okay, Ohio's pretty cheap. I mean, that's not cheap, by the way, but these are huge McMansions or whatever you want to call them. Houses in Atlanta, $700, okay? I mean, they look good. I think these houses look great. California, that is true. You spend 7 figures and you literally get a little rinky-dink house like that. Oh, but it's close to the beach. Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't stand California for reasons like that, but to each their own. Yeah, this shows you the big disparity in states and prices, right? And granted, these are for big houses, and it's just a funny video anyway. But the point is even this house, as aesthetic as it may be, most likely this house has some skeletons in the closet, right? Like, this house isn't probably as well built as it looks. It might be okay for a while, especially if you have no natural disasters, hopefully. It's not like some big iron, stone fortress like it might appear to be. Unfortunately, underneath, they might have cut some corners or two, and it's a lot of just cheap lumber. Renovating in North American homes? Oh my God. Renovated in Eastern European homes. Hold on, let it play. Look at that. Oh my God. What a freaking difference. Yeah, that should explain it right there. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that in your European home. What I find interesting is the comment section is really like kind of back and forth. You do see, and look, anyone can have any position on this, by the way. If fellow Americans want to defend our homes and they have reasons for it, like, that's totally fine. I'm in the middle. I do think a lot of our homes look great. I think there's some beautiful places here. I don't really have a choice. Like, I have to kind of like American homes. I'm in one, right? I don't really have a choice. I can't afford to make a big concrete fortress here. I'm a realist. I realize that other places have, more heavy-duty quality, better built homes. It's just a fact. I do think it's kind of annoying how our homes are not near the sturdy quality that you would find in a lot of other places, but somehow our homes are still really expensive.
If you're British or non-American wanting to move to America for the luxury aesthetic, I got something to tell you. Now, you didn't hear this from me, but as someone who grew up in what is now a gentrified area in Philadelphia, you absolutely can afford a place with granite tabletops, high ceilings, spotlight ceiling lights. They're beautiful, I won't lie.
Yeah.
But baby, they're surrounded by cardboard. They're made.
I mean, truth. Like, I think we do. If you don't like how they look, that's fine. That's on you. I really do think a lot of our homes here look amazing. I think we also make some not good looking homes, but like a lot of homes in a lot of different areas are very beautiful, right? It's just like, it's so weird that it looks so nice and some of them look so grand. It's just like, it's weird. It's like they're decorated cardboard at the end of the day. It's weird. And I know it's not literally cardboard. We're exaggerating, but it's just weird.
I lie to you not. I have seen them put up rows of houses within 2 weeks. I've seen the material they use. It is like cardboard. It is some type of plank wood, some type of cotton material, a little bit of aluminum foil or aluminium foil for my British followers. And this is no shade to any of my American followers because I do plan on getting a cardboard house in Maryland or Washington, D.C. I won't lie. Yes, the houses are big, they're modern, they're very up to date. 2-car garage, but I don't know how safe your car is when the garage is made out of cardboard.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I agree with this. Like, there are some beautiful houses here. There's some cool styles. There's lots of different styles you could choose from. Different states have different feels, different building codes, yada, yada. But it's just frustrating because now they're so expensive, right? Getting a home is just, it's so sketchy. Like, it's so expensive. There's so many issues with the real estate market that I'm not going to go into today. But it's crazy. Then also, I will say there are some really shoddy, like scam artist contractors, which is a shame. That's why it's scary as a consumer. Like, it's hard to even get a house. And then half the time it's like, I hope I don't get scammed, right? Like, it's very scary. At the same time, there's some awesome home builders and contractors here. So I don't want to generalize literally. Like, there are some awesome homes here. There's some awesome contractors that are very upfront, very, good to work with and do certain things that do kind of put them above and beyond on the quality compared to other contractors in the area. So like, that's not shame everyone. It's not about that. It's just as a whole, there's been a lot of bad trends in the real estate thing, and it starts to add up.
West Africa builds better houses than America and much of the Western world. I've built new homes in America and West Africa, and I can tell you, when you see the construction of new homes in West Africa, you're going to have a hard time settling for the junk they try to sell you in the United States. The biggest reason for this is, where does your money go when you purchase a new home? In America, most of the money that you pay for that new home is going into the land and into the permits necessary to build your house. Whereas in West Africa, most of the money that you're putting into the new home actually goes into the home itself. So you can have better building materials and a higher building standard.
These pictures of these West African homes are gorgeous.
Than you can in America. In fact, let me compare two. This is the kind of build quality that you'll have in America.
Yes, and you do have contractors that will literally source the cheapest option for everything. That's the scary part. And they'll still charge a premium price. They will source everything as cheaply as legally possible. Sometimes not even doing it legally. Sometimes cutting corners that could literally fail an inspection or could literally be a safety hazard, which is also scary.
We're buying new home construction. It's basically as cheap as they possibly can make it to maximize their profits. Whereas check out West Africa. The walls are concrete,
look at that.
Cheap wood and drywall. The floors are marble.
Wow.
They're not this cheap artificial wood.
Oh
that
my
they've
God,
been
that's
using
incredible.
In all the new homes that they call luxury in America.
Yeah.
And the location of the
Luxury
houses
vinyl
makes
plank
a lot more
they use
sense
here.
in West Africa. In America, when you're buying new home construction, even luxury home construction, you're generally put off into this land of suburbia where you're 15 minutes away from the nearest store. Whereas in West Africa, you can purchase a home that's conveniently located to the metropolitan areas, which makes life a lot better on a day-to-day basis. And let's talk about privacy. In West Africa, you can build a privacy wall around your entire property. So people can't just walk up to your front door, or they can't just look in and see what you're doing. In West Africa, you get that safety, security, and convenience. Whereas in America, they only allow you to generally do these cheap vinyl.
This does vary a lot, but he's right. Like, there's a lot of weird, specific, like, building codes and restrictions with, outer structures on your property, with fencing, gates, this type of thing. It's very annoying, right? Now, I'm lucky enough to have fencing and a natural perimeter around my property, and that's just the thing. It's kind of like a loophole. Like, I can have privacy, but only with a natural perimeter. And I was lucky enough to where it had that before I, moved here. So that works out, but that's not the case for everyone. So, like, you can't build a big wall or a big fence in most cases. It's not allowed, even though we're the land of the free, right? He's right. This is like one of the most restrictive things is like, if you want privacy or you want something guarded or blah, 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 it's like so much red tape and jumping through hoops to try and get stuff done here. It's very annoying and very costly as well. It's not the norm.
If you're lucky, they can be 6 feet tall, and they can only be in your backyard.
Right.
So everybody could just walk up to your front yard when you buy.
Yeah, we're very lucky. You can't get on mine because we have a gate and a fence. But again, that's a very specific scenario. It's not common at all.
Buy a new home construction
it should
in
be,
America.
But
and
it's
in
not.
West Africa, new home construction isn't as restricted as it is in America. So if you want to build a one-level house, you can do it. If you want to build a 6th bedroom instead of having a 5-bedroom, we can make that happen for you.
Wow.
And if you want a guest house, that's absolutely no problem. As long as you got enough space on your property, we can build that for you too.
I admire that. That's freaking awesome. Let me know where you're watching from and, how this kind of relates to where you're watching. Like, more kind of variable, and you can kind of, if you want to build a wall, you want to build a big fence, that's up to you. Is that allowed where you're watching from, or is it more like America where it's pretty restricted? We also buy everything in cash, no credit. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, you won't see that much here in the U.S. unless it's, of course, big companies buying homes, which, like I said, that's for another video. They buy cash, I'm sure. Otherwise, most of us have to sell for mortgages if we even get the house, if we don't get outbid by, real estate moguls and companies. From South Africa, I can confirm this is true. Homes in the Middle East are built so much stronger. American homes are made with toothpicks. CNN has always told us African construction standards are poor. We believe in them. We are shocked to learn the truth. That is what's frustrating, man, is that American bubble, right? Like, our media. That's why I talk so much trash about our media. I can't stand our media. I can't stand the news here. It's so full of junk and hot air. They make up stuff and make it sound like the rest of the world is behind, and it's not the truth. I feel like we're behind.
Hey, another home inspection.
This ought to be good.
2024 townhome. Let's get to it. Now, this chandelier is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But
right.
How are you going to let the cables get all tangled up like that?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
And I bet this is an expensive property he's looking at. I bet.
Really?
Wow.
Let's test the disposal. There's something in there. Fancy.
Nice. Okay, fancy little feature.
Very nice. Another hidden dishwasher. And she's giving me an error code.
Oh,
Great.
cool.
Gotta be real careful when they slide that oven back. Don't want to scratch the wood floors. Oh, we've got our anti-tip bracket down there. That's good to see. Just got to make sure that that leg is seated upright, not bent like that.
Oh, my God.
It's a nice vanity. Oh, James Martin. Wow. I have no idea who that is. But I like it. I like the wallpaper. Even the light fixture in here is pretty cool. Nice. Okay, I was saying the vanity's nice, but not nice.
See, like, at first glance, a lot of these homes, like, at first glance, whenever he goes and shows us something, it's like, oh, dude, that looks pretty nice, right? It looks modern. It looks kind of classy. But then you find out it's junk. And this stuff's not cheap. But it is cheap.
Come on, people. By the way, this place is $1.2 million.
Oh, my God. $1.2 million.
Paint.
Someone's going to pay for this.
The
Not even $1.2 million can get you a home you can just walk in and know everything's perfect, right? Like, come on, man.
attention to detail or lack thereof.
I don't know who can afford these, and this is still what you get.
Paint that's running down, where they just
Oh boy,
next couple coats, and you can just see it.
This is something else.
Running down like that. Oh man. The carpenter here, though, they did a good job. Look at this wall here. That is nice. I'm a big fan of that. It's just the painter.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Whoever finished.
Boy, the finish work though, right? Come on, I could do better than that. And I don't have any home skills like that. Oh, that's so bad, dude. 1.2 million.
Exterior door. But if you want to lock it.
Uh-oh.
Well, there is no way to lock it. Because the lock just spins freely while nothing engages. Even when this is pressed in, still nothing. Security, baby. Now this is a pretty cool fireplace.
Okay, looks fancy at first.
And it's an electric fireplace as well, so it will emit heat.
Will it?
What's your favorite color? Who needs a door handle when you can just finger your door closed and open? Love that.
No handles.
Look at
Gotta
these
love
guys.
it.
Are they even paying rent?
Look at bugs already moving in. Hell yeah. Damn, those are... Wonder where this is at in the U.S. Those are some big spiders.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me guess. We've got to hold the button.
Oh, that...
Beautiful.
Because that's fun. One tap? I ain't got time for that. I gotta hold it.
But the reason why I had to hold the button right there is due to these little guys. These eyes apparently aren't lined up. And when they aren't lined up, the door requires that you hold the button to close it.
$1.2 million. Do you get a garage door that's calibrated? No. You gotta pay extra for that. Don't you know?
That you are watching it go down and making sure it doesn't crush anyone or anything.
Oh my goodness.
It's time to get physical.
And why even hold a button when you could just lift the door yourself? Huh? Yeah, now we're talking.
Physical. Nice.
Oh my god, everything's so sketchy about this.
I think we missed a spot, but maybe they'll just never notice. And those are our bathroom exhaust vents completely disconnected.
I can't. This is insane. This is insane. Now, I'm not going to say this is every home in America. Of course not. But I will say this comes up way too much on my feeds. Like, this is enough of an occurrence where it's pretty common to see, right? It's not all homes, but it's too many. So this is valid. This criticism is valid, in my opinion. What the hell is going on with their homes? Why are they so expensive? And why are homes like this, even 7-figure homes that are over $1 million, why are we running into issues like this on a home that's supposedly ready to move in? This is insanity. Look at how many things are wrong with that. 1.2 million with all those things wrong. I know. They paid zero attention to the small details. It makes you wonder what else they didn't pay attention to that you can't see. That's pretty scary to think about. 1.2 mil is a new 350K. Thank you. That is a great comment because 350,000, in my opinion, is a lot of money, right? I feel like I don't live in a home that's that expensive. I feel like that would just blow my mind to try and afford a house that's 350K. That used to be like an expensive house, right? If you were in a $350,000 house, wow, you're doing well. Well, unfortunately, now that's for a cheap house. And an expensive house that you're doing well is 1.2 million. Like it is true. Like the slider, the price slider has just moved so far ahead. It's insane. And as you see, you can't even be guaranteed that you're getting a top tier, best of the best house for $1 million. It's crazy. I'm going to cut it there. I could literally look at these for hours. They're pretty entertaining, and we didn't even get to see a lot of European homes in this one. So or a lot of homes from anywhere, but seeing some that we did. The German house, the West African houses were pretty awesome to see. And I will definitely do more of these. So if you guys like this, if the views are good and the comments, there's a lot of comments, I'll do more of these. I would love to see some more comparisons and deep dives into some homes in different places. I think it's really fun. But that's going to be it for this one. I really appreciate you watching. I think the comment section should be pretty entertaining. Pretty wild stuff in this one, if I do say so myself. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.